I also was very happy to visit two of the hostels. I think two best days of my life in the last 1 month were the visit to the girls' hostel and the visit to Kolar for agriculture campus. I was truly delighted. It touched my heart, not merely by the quality and the creativity of the presentations, but simply the sincerity in it and the devotion in it. They were so sincere. They were honest about what they were saying, what they were thinking. And some of the ideas that I've taught in the last 100 days of 100-day festival, they picked it up like that. And they do a skit. In the skit, it's a scene from our OPD in our hospital, cardiovascular surgery OPD. And there is this doctor, and it's a busy, crowded place, and everybody is like struggling. And then what happens? There is a nurse who has worked all night. Next morning, she's told you have to report again because your replacement is sick or something, so she can't come. You have to continue your duty. Imagine the whole night duty, and she gets naturally flustered by the demands of the patients, the crowded OPDs, and continuous nagging by everybody, and then scolding from the doctor also for not managing the crowd properly. So this nurse is overwhelmed. This is the scene. And then she says, what should I do? How do I handle this? This is by far the worst day of my life. And then she remembers, no, Swami told us 1 minute meditation. Let me sit down. And she sits down on a chair in the skit and closes her eyes, says, who am I? Am I this body which has not slept, not eaten, tired and hungry? Am I the mind which is anxious and angry and frustrated and, sad? Or I am the spirit that is ever free from all these bindings? So she asks these questions, and from one Ashtavakra shloka, she remembers, na kartasi na bhoktasi mukta yavasi sarvada, and she immediately gets up from the chair, refreshed, renewed with a new energy to start her work again. I was so touched because this is going to help you in your life. Scriptures are not theory. This 1 minute meditation, and a shloka pops up in your mind from somewhere that you have heard or read. That becomes your source of strength in that time of crisis, and you can do better. Similarly, the surgeon who is presented with a very complicated cardiovascular case of a child. The child has been rejected by all the hospitals, one, because it is very complicated, two, because the mother cannot afford it. The mother comes begging, please save my child. And this doctor girl, a surgeon, she picks up, but the other surgeons say, this is a very complicated case. By very good chance that the child is going to die. Why do you want to take it up? If everything goes right, fine. But if something goes wrong, you will be blamed. Now she has to choose. Beyond blame and praise, she has to rise and take the risk of saving the child or letting the child die. And then she doesn't know what to do. She takes a moment to pray. And what is the prayer? Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin is what pops in her head from Bhagavad Gita. Or she picks up a book and reads, and in the book this particular shloka comes. Just be an instrument of mine. I shall do the rest. And she says, I've got my answer. I'm going back to this surgery. I will do the surgery. She calls her colleagues. They get on to the surgery. Of course, the surgery is successful, all that. But the idea was that, see, these are not imaginations, these are not theories. These are daily things that are happening. Because there was another doctor from Raipur, Dr. Pandey was here. She said, this is what happens to us. We get stuck, we wait, we have cut open the chest. We have just not finished this surgery. The heart was stopped. It was on heart-lung machine. Now everything is done. You are stopping the heart-lung machine and starting the heart. And you never know it will start. And those first few seconds, when you're waiting for that, ECG to show a signal, they are the most difficult moments of a surgeon's life. And while they may do 10 surgeries, every surgery is equally, call it a moment of truth. And then you 1, 2, 3 seconds, and mind already starts running this way, that way. Oh, Swami, you didn't help me to save the child. Starting with negativity. To suddenly the monitor beeps and you have a signal, and then you say, no, Swami, you helped me again. So, the fluctuations of mind. They really talked about it. And I said, how nice that these children have picked up these things while even they're doing MBBS. Once they finish, this will be their daily life. Daily battles. Daily wars. And you have to fight your own battle. And you have to win it. And how can you do it? Loka sangraha mevapi. For the sake of welfare of all, let me do my part. I don't have any other desire. Look at how practical these scriptures are. How can you not appreciate what is being taught? When we started medical students, we put them on the Bhagavad Gita. Half of them swooned saying that what is this Why should we study? We have enough to study. As such, we have enough syllabus. But then now they realize how important it is. And one shloka, can come to your rescue in the most difficult times of your life. And my favorite shloka from Ashtavakra Gita, because I have to deal with so many fluctuations, all ECG signals. What is my favorite shloka from Ashtavakra Gita? Any guess? Oh, everybody knows. Mai ananta maham bodhau jagadvichi svabhavataha udayitva astumayatu name vruddhihi nachakshatihi. This shloka has carried me through some of the toughest times in this mission. This shloka, that I am the great ocean, Mai ananta maham, infinite ocean. And what is the world? Vichi svabhavataha is the waves. The good and bad of the world are the waves in the great big ocean of infinity that I truly am. My spirit truly is. And what is said? Udayitva astumayatu. One day it rises, one day it falls. Name vruddhi nachakshati. I do not grow, nor I diminish by rising and falling of waves. I am the ocean which remains the same. What a wonderful idea. This one idea actually great source of my strength during testing times, especially the COVID times. So I really know what is the power of these scriptures, why this should be the anchor, the foundation on which we build our careers. It's not irrelevant, it is not useless, it is not wasteful to study this. These are very practical. And I'm sure when some point in time you'll face with real crisis, you'll understand what we are talking. So this is very unique university, a unique education system, and unique proposition of how one should teach and learn, whether it's MBBS, nursing, or whether it is a regular science or humanities or anything else tomorrow. And this is a great classroom of this world that we are all sitting and learning. What a wonderful opportunity.